गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पता शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्तानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा। श्रुते स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणम् अस्त्वनिराकरणम् मेऽस्तु तदात्मनि। निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll read from ब्रह्मः देवेभ्यो विजिज्ञे तस्यः ब्रह्मणो विजये देवा महीयन्त ते ऐक्षन्त अस्माकम् एवायं विजयः अस्माकमेवायं महिमा इति तद्धेषां विजिज्ञौ तेभ्योः प्रादुर्बभूव तन्न व्यजानत किमिदं यक्षमिति ते अग्निम् अब्रुवन् जातवेदः एतद्विजानीहि किमेतद्यक्षमिति तथा इति तदभ्यद्रवत तमभ्यवदत कोसीति अग्निर्वा अहमस्मीति अब्रवीत् जातवेदा वा अहमस्मीति We were seeing the third chapter and the first mantra, and we had seen one point that this chapter was illustrating 4 points, 5 points, and in that 5 point, one of the issues was Mithyatva of the Kartritva Abhiman, the false nature of our ego or false nature of our doership. Or in other words, the essence of our action and success is the lordliness. And to illustrate these 4-5 points, one story was mentioned. And a story started, the very beautiful line that for the Devatas, God made them victorious. Devebhyo vijikhe. So, actually God won for the Devatas. The war was won for the Devatas by the God. And the Devatas got glorified because of the victory of God. But they forgot and they said twice, Asmakam evayam vijay. Mine alone is the victory, mine alone is the Mahima. I was talking about that one aspect. I feel, and you will also know that point, that anywhere any victory is there, any excellence is there, anything spectacular or extraordinary is there, something valorous is there. In that excellence, there is some very unique factor comes from unknown source. And that was the game changer of your life or of your success in that area. What changed your life and where you felt you were very successful. I am not saying you didn't do any work, effort, but your effort wouldn't have borne sufficient fruit if that G factor means grace factor, God factor, great factor. It had come from somewhere which you had not expected. And this is where a person may feel, if he has not sensitized himself to seeing this, he will underestimate this factor and he will overestimate what he did. Ego thrives on overimportance of self-effort. The thriving ground of ahankar is overemphasis of your self-effort and underplaying the situational grace or even emotional grace on you. More you think I did it and therefore it happened good, I played well, I did well, I thought well. In cricket also, howsoever good batsman is there, unless the crease, the wind, those who are cricket lovers, they will understand. There is something called wetness of the crease. Pitch was favorable. It was moist in the night. Or the wind was not in your favor. It was bowler's wind. When the flight goes, so sometime both ways, same distance, it covers different time because wind is tailwind, what you call. So wind is more favorable, other time it is opposing that. Similar the ship also, I think similar must be there. Ship also must be moving, so wind must be helping or wind will not be helping. In any area, whether it is your childhood, whether it is your studies, whether it is your spiritual life, whether it is your business, whether it is your life of a couple. If it is a happy couple, there is some factor comes to unite you, which was not under my control. Or happy children-parent relationship, or happy brothers are there. Even the excellence of any relation depends on God, I tell you. He will do something so that your relationship is very good. Anywhere excellence I see. And if he doesn't want, so some issue he will bring it. And you will not feel that this relation was great. Because he only unites two people. And he only separates. Tehi samay Vibhishan jaga. When Hanumanji was going through Lanka, at that time when he was passing the door of Vibhishanji, Tehi samay Vibhishan jaga. At that time only Vibhishanji got up. If he had got up little late, like us, or if he had got up early sometime, and he had already said Ram, Ram earlier, because outside the gate it was not written Vibhishan. So he didn't know whose house is that. He was just passing like this. So if he was early by 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then he would have missed it. And then who would have told that there is Sitaji is here or not? So try to read your life, excellences in your life, what you got. Try to read it properly. Failure you don't read too much. And if you fail somewhere, whether it was relational failure, or emotional failure, or spiritual failure, or academic failure, or health failure, you will find I didn't get some kind of miraculous help in this area. Even if some subject is weak, in the universities I have seen. So I asked the students why this subject is weak. He said, no doubt my aptitude was not great, but I did not get some great teacher in that area also, who could have lifted me, who could have ignited my enthusiasm and put me and worked hard with me also. That was also one of the areas why I became very weak in this subject. And I do agree slightly with them. Howsoever you may work hard, but unless you have a great teacher in that area, what teacher could have done in 2-3 minutes, you will take many days and months to understand that. He has some secrets, he has some formula. You won't know the name of the book also unless teacher had told you. You won't know name of any, that which book to pursue. You will struggle. Even if one chapter is there, what a teacher can explain beautifully in few minutes and create a charm for that subject. Same subject when you read in the book, it is highly boring. I don't know how people learn from correspondence. You are learning from correspondence, you have no classes regular. Is there? Sure. Huh? Okay. One class. Earlier correspondence was only by, so there was no online. Now online has come. But earlier they used to send the papers, post it, and they used to go for exam later on. But I am telling you, whether you agree with me or not, that is up to you. But you have to understand this fact also. Ever Bhagavan said in Bhagavad Gita, बोले यद यद विभूति मद सत्वम श्री मद ऊर्जितम एव तत्तद एव अवगच्छत्म मम तेजोंश संभव. Only whatever is glorious and great, it is mine. And in 18th chapter, the shloka, all of you know that, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Parthar Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya, there is victory is there. If Britishers left India, they were under a lot of pressure. They had no money. They had never defeated in World War II. Almost they were in a very bad condition. Lot of causes were there, which were not man-made, it was divine intervention. I will not go into that subject, it will become history class. So, Brahma devebhyo vijikye tasya brahmano nama. And why did Bhagavan made the Devatas victorious? So Bhagavan Bhashyakar writes, Ishvara setu bhetrun devebhya jaya tat phalam tat prayach. So that Devatas are able to maintain the laws of the world. Because if Asuras will win, they will disturb the laws of the world. So there is one Ishwar is there. But these people were having their party. These Devatas were having parties. Imagine what kind of party it will be. So they were having dance, drama, and of course drinks. How can be the party without the drink? Especially the Devatas. So they had very sophisticated drinks and good food. Cold drink also. Akhil is seeing with me a doubt. Cold drink also. Don't worry. Okay. So that gives you some kick inside. So that was there. So asmakam evayam mahima. They will say, like, kya badhiya, kya mara tu usko, kya. They were all glorifying themselves. मैं ऐसा मारा उस असुर को गिर गया. Bhashyakar puts one line there. Only they were praising themselves. Not once they praised God. Na asmat pratyagatma bhuteshwara krita iti. So that they said, no, God is not at all in the picture. This is our problem is there. We something you do good and we don't miss an opportunity to boast, if not externally, internally. Sometimes you can't externally boast yourself. Boast yourself, not boost, boast. Externally you can't talk. Internally क्या गाया का नाम. But nicely I completed the work. Morning I got up. All my work is early to bed, early to rise. I follow that. Everything is about me. Everything is very perfect, very organized. All my table, chair, everything is done. Quarter work is there. Nicely, I think on that topic I gave us such a nice. By whom to talk to? Internally, I keep on thinking. So, ठीक है. अच्छा, भगवान would have left them. So, देखो ग्रेस किसी को बोलते हैं. That if you are doing wrong and you have done some good actions in the past, and in your good mood you had prayed to God, please guide me. Please see that I am not misguided. If I am doing wrong, please protect me at that time. Don't allow me to slip. If I am doing wrong, make me aware where I am doing wrong. If at all you feel my ahankar is coming out, please see that it doesn't grow. जेहि विधिनाथ होई हित मोरा करऊ सुबेग दास में तोरा. Narad ji, when he asked for the face and mukham of Bhagavan Vishnu, he added one beautiful line. He said, whatever am I saying is okay, but do that which is best for me. ये आदमी की humility होती है. That there are weak moments in my life. There are moments when I may lose my temper. There are moments I may lose my self-control. There are moments I may lose my grip on my anger. At that time, you are more required, God, because I am not in a healthy state. I am a patient mind. Right now I am healthy. I am not having anger. I am not having expectation. But whole day will not be like this. Very fast I slip. So I am telling in advance. Because at that time I am not in my senses. I go crazy, I go mad. So at that time I will not be able to call you. At that time, my mind is not open. When I am very angry, or very passionate, or expecting a lot, or I am very sad, I am not in a state of mind that I will call you. But I am telling you in advance that I won't call you, but please do protect at that time. This is my sincere and heartfelt prayers. You need not hold me. When you are walking, you don't hold me. But supposing I am slipping, immediately you hold. If you see my paduka is slipping, immediately you feel like holding. है ना? Sometimes they walk behind me to that. So if you feel somebody is slipping and he is your well-wisher, even if he is not your well-wisher, Even you are in the airport or you are in the mall and somebody you feel is slipping, immediately hold them. All the time you don't hold. And any person walking, you just hold. Not like that. But anybody is slipping and sliding, immediately try to hold the person, irrespective of which person he is. कोई गिर न जाओ भैया. There are moments when we slip, and if you have not prayed, why should God help you at that time? Devatas are devatas because they are full of devotion and their punya is there so that God feels like interfering in your life. Whom you love, his interference you don't feel bad. If somebody whom you love and somebody has given right, and if he interferes in your life, or if he asks question or he stops you, you don't feel offended. If your husband asks, where are you going? One time will you come? Why are you going there? It is normal. Father asks you, but the neighbor asks you too many questions, so you get irritated. So some people have the right to correct you. तदह किल एशाम मिथ्याक्षणम विजिज्ञो. देखो कितना अच्छा लिखा. सेकेंड मंत्र. विजिज्ञो मीन्स ही न्यू इट. That thought pattern, he knew it. Tad Brahma, Tad will go with Brahma. Esham means Devatanam. So, Devanam. So, he saw, he knew. Bhagavan knows everything. He is seated in all hearts, so he keeps on seeing all your thoughts. So he thought, देखो भाष्यकार writes, just 1-2 line I will say. सर्वेक्षेत्रो ही तत्सर्वभूत कर्णापयोक्तृत्वात् देवानां च मिथ्या ज्ञानम उपलभ्य. So he is the सर्वेक्षेत्रु, he is the knower of all. देखो कितना अच्छा है ना, सर्वेक्षेत्रु and सर्वभूत कर्ण. So he is the Bhuta Karna Prayoktru, and he is the prompter of all hearts. So he saw that false knowledge. Who? Bhagavan saw. And he thought that if I allow them, Ma eva asuravad devaha mithya vimanat bhaveyu. If I allow them to be like that, they will also become like asuras. They should not become like asuras. Mithya vimanat parabhaveyu. They should not be defeated by their abhiman. Because abhiman is the aids of the emotional personality. Like AIDS is there, acquired immune deficiency syndrome is called AIDS. Similarly, virus is also an acronym actually. Tell me, virus का full form क्या? Virus का बोलो भाई. Engineers are sitting here. बोले क्या है? This is the, I don't know. So when you don't have humility, when you don't have the power to think of the God's greatness and your smallness, other problem comes in your life. You become reactive, you become attached, you become hating person, you become a competitor. You see fault, you can't tolerate. Your tolerance is very high. You become a reactor. You become very attached to somebody. So all these faults of anybody's life, the basis of that is abhiman. Sarva anartheto. Therefore you will not listen, therefore you won't change, therefore you don't understand the point. You will hold on to your wrong point for a long time. You will become very obstinate, you will become insistent. You will be fault picker. Everywhere you will pick up this fault. You will backbite. You will become very arrogant. You will possess your success a lot. You will hide a lot of things. Lot of your faults you will hide. Gratefulness won't be there in your life. Expectation will be very high. These are 100 problem comes after that. And in short, you will be heavily disturbed and disturbable personality. And therefore Bhagavan thought that let me nip this problem in the bud and puncture these egos. कितना दया है भगवान की ना? Let me treat it at a very initial level. ये तो गलत हो रहा है. They will celebrate now, they will boast, they will be arrogant, they will not be harsh, they will become insensitive, they will create problem for the others, they will not be good listeners of their teachers. I mean, 100 things you will have problem. If God asks you, ask that, something, please ask. See that I don't have Abhiman. Sugriv, therefore Sugriv had calm, but he was not Abhimani. Sugriv he was weak he was fearful, but not arrogant like Bali. Moment arrogance is there, a person is a bad listener. He doesn't understand the point. You over-assert your wrong point. You don't accept anybody so easily in life. You don't love anybody properly. Because everybody you see, you have a fault Norton going on inside. Norton. It keeps on checking which virus is there. And says 5 virus. And it is it's an expired also. Every now and then it is saying, mine is also expired. Every now and then, abhi to tha, bole it expired, okay. Keeps on reminding you. So you cannot accept anybody because everybody will, and there is nobody who has no fault. Don't expect the impossible. Everybody is a jeev. So they have their own problems. So don't think. And when I see you rejecting me, then I will also reject you. Rejection invites rejection. Acceptance invites acceptance. So when Abhiman is there, you don't accept anybody. You react a lot. You expect a lot. Don't accept, but you expect that this person should have done this to me. I deserve this, he gave this much. You expect more appreciation. You are in the competition with anybody. You can't take somebody's praise. I mean, somebody praising somebody praises you, it is a fuel for me. You don't listen to anybody. You are a not obedient person. You don't obey a lot. Obedience is not in my DNA. I don't sacrifice. I don't follow. I cannot serve because I am in my own mind. I am very stiff from inside. I become stern from inside. Ultimately, how will you get grace? How the G factor will come in your life? You block the G factor. Not everybody is lovable. Not everybody is graceable. Crucible? Graceable. Okay. And then ultimately, what suffers? Your spiritual life suffers. Because you can't change. You can't take you can't, because you are not a devotee, you don't change in your emotional fabric. To change in your emotional fabric, you need to be a devotee. I change myself, I'll take orders. You said this, I will do it. I am a follower. I can't follow. Samarpan is not there. Whole is the very foundation of his spiritual life is surrender. That foundation is not proper. It's a shaky foundation. So your spiritual life is all in a shaky ground if you are spiritual. The material also is difficult. The foundation of spiritual life is humility, surrender, tapasya, obedience. And if that is not there, I think you will be flogging the dead horse for 50, 60 years till you are living. Maybe you will become worst. Oh my God. You will become worse because now you will think I am adding one more feather. I am spiritual now. I left coffee. Everybody has coffee. I left. She gave cappuccino. I did not take. You got cappuccino coffee? You got? कोई अभिमान तो for only these small things required. You add one more feather. You imagine I have a feather. Nobody knows, nobody accepts. You imagine I have a feather. My concept is very good about this subject. All underline is there. बहुत प्रॉब्लम है अभिमान से. I hope we are understanding that. It is easy to write notes, it is by heart, it is easy to chant the mantras, it is easy to understand it. All are children's play in my eyes. In my eyes, all these things don't have too much of value. Easy to talk. One person was there somewhere, he said, I am taking classes on Tattvabodh. I said, how many texts have you studied of? Bole, only Tattvabodh. I said, you studied Tattvabodh and you are taking classes on Tattvabodh. You know, if you are a graduate teacher, actually, at least you are a PhD or a postgraduate. If you are teaching class 12, you have to be at least graduate more than what your class is. I will take classes now. It happened somewhere, I am not telling. तत्वबोध की क्लास शुरू हो गई. पढ़ो पहले पढ़ा उपनिषद. तत्वबोध की क्लास ले ले. आता जाता है नहीं कोई. तत्वबोध is one of the most trickiest text. Of terminologies. उसी को लगता है कि I can tell you, I am taking a class. You get 5-10 people around your house and start taking them. बेकार बात. So, mithya abhimanat para bhaveyuhu iti. They should not be defeated. Tad anukampaya devan mithya abhiman. He said, out of this compassion. Abhiman apanodena. He said, let me remove this disease. Anugranniyam tebhyoha. And then this same Ishwar manifested. Tebhyoha, tebhyo means in front of them, for them, a very nice form came all of a sudden. In that party, some distance. And for that, pradurbabhuva. Pradurbabhuva means they didn't see it walking. Right? Somebody comes walking from somewhere. If you don't see anybody all of a sudden, you see he's coming from somewhere, then you notice. But all of a sudden somebody manifests. So Pradurbabhuva, he manifested. Swayog Mahatma Nirmitena, and by his own Maya. Yog Mahat means by his Maya. By his Maya. Sambhavami Atmaya. This is avatar. Whose avatar? Shivji's avatar actually. Yajna Surupaya. Somewhere is Yaksha Surupaya also. So Atyadbhutena, a dazzling form was there. Nice, beautiful form all of a sudden manifested. Ekdam chakachak. Light was there, beautiful form was there, beautiful face was there. Atyadbhutena. Something very spectacular, very dazzling form. Wonderful. They were awestruck. What do you say? Vismapaniyena. They were striking form was there. So they were eating and drinking. They kept their plate and glasses. So they saw each other. Why? Do you know it? Well, nobody's. Kimidam yaksham? Yaksham means pujyam. Such a somebody great has come. So they asked Agni. Because Agni is agre gacchati. Who goes urdham gacchati. You are the one, you are the pilot. In any puja, first is Agni. Vivaha Agni. Morning you get a first thing you see, you light Agni, light. So Agni is very important everywhere. So they say you are everywhere, you are first. Here also you should be first. They means Devatas. That means many Devatas were there. At least 3 were there. Many must be there. So they said, go. Everyone, Jat Veda. Jat Veda is their vocative case. Jat Vedas is their Sakarant. Jat Vedaha, Jat Vedau, Jat Vedasa. So his vocative is Jat Vedaha. Not Jat Ved, Jat Vedaha. Vocative. He said, go and find out. Jat Veda means Jate Vidyate. Who knows everything which is born. Omniscient. You know, you are omniscient. You are omniscient, so you should have known this. They are now among them. He said, go and find out who is he. So, Kimetad Vijanihi. Kimetad Yakshamiti. Who is this Yaksh? Acha, we have never seen such a person. Such like that. So please find out. Yagni said, Tathati, okay. He was not confident. And it was sarcastic that you are Jat Veda and you don't know him. You are omniscient but you don't know him. He said some things. This was some. You cannot know that. You are expert in knowing because Agni pervades everything. Even this flower is pervaded by Agni. Your mind is pervaded by Agni. Your Brahmand is pervaded by Agni. So Agni knows everything. And you don't know that. He said, Bhai, give me chance. Let me find out who is he. Why are you so much after me? So he said, okay. So Agni went to that here. Tad is for Yaksham. Ditya. Tad Yaksham. Yaksham is neuter gender. So Abhyadravat. He approached. Abhyadravat means approached. So Bhashkar. Right. So he went to ask me, who are you? Agni Devata went to Yaksh to ask him, who are you? But he couldn't ask. Bhashyakar writes here, Devaha sa antarbhayaha. They were scared. Any lower evolved person is scared of higher evolved person. This is a law. If you go to a great saint, you will be scared slightly. Even though he's not asking anything. Supposing you go to Tapan Maharaj, supposing, you picturize, and he's sitting there in his Tapan, you'll be scared. Therefore, then there's one word called awe. Reverence and fear, both is there. Awe. In front of Gurudev, everybody was very scared. You don't know what will happen. Anybody lower is, therefore all animals are scared with the human being. Animals attack more in self-defense rather than offense. Because you are more evolved than them. Supposing you are a student and you are in class 10 and you have a teacher who is postgraduate and he is teaching, you will be scared slightly. Although he is not scolding, but you will be scared because he is more evolved. Now these devatas, antarbhaya, देखो कैसा शब्द है, अंतर्भया, इनका एक नाम है अंतर्भया. अरे बाप रे, can I go there? Yes, can you go there? He walks slowly. So steps were different. When you are fearful and you walk, the steps are different. Very slow and मतलब चलते हैं. When you are fearless, you walk like this. Another style of walking is there. जहाँ डर लगता है फिर आदमी avoid करती है, avoids going there. Once in my room, I was asking some question, or something was going on, and somebody came, and he saw from the window that I'm asking. He heard, he went away. That person is sitting here also. So, third, all of them went away. So, sir. हम फंस जाएंगे, पता नहीं क्या पूछ रहे हैं. अंतर्भया विजिज्ञासवा अग्निम अग्रगामिणम जात वेदम. अच्छा, बोले यू आर ओमनिशिएंट, so he stood in front of that yaksh. So he was to ask the yaksh, who are you? He had to ask, he was sent in the mission that find out who are you. But in front of him, he got totally dumbfounded. देखते रह गए. Yaksh had to ask, who are you? Instead of he asking, Yaksh asked, tam abhyavadat kosi. Kosi. Kosi is not that kosi. Kosi. Ka-asi. That is meaning of kosi. काशी. समझ गए क्या? अच्छा, काशी. Who are you? Kaasi, you are you? I mean, he should have asked this question. So he said, okay. So Agni said, Agnirva ahamasmi ti abravit. He said, I am Agni. I am Agni. And he also said, my name is Jatved also. Jatved, as a person tries to put himself in a special form. I am engineer in that particular company. I am in a medical profession in that particular hospital. I am a chartered accountant in that. Acha. In Deloitte. In Deloitte. Or I am there in P&K. Kya hota hai? So he introduced himself with lot of courage. So, aham asmiti abravit jat vedaha. See, jat veda is nominative. Nominative, singular. aham asmi iti. So, Bhaskar writes this. See, pragalbhatvat tushnim bhutam. Because he saw some very glorious person. Achha, when you are true to yourself, you don't have ego. Egoistic person is a very afraid person. Huh? Because he always fear of losing his reputation, losing his position. Some may not feel small. He is not at home. He is overconscious. He is not free. When I go to conferences, I see this. From different organizations, different people have come. And all are stiff. I belong to that organization. I represented this. They all are trying to say something about themselves. They're not thinking about others also. अरे छोड़ो यार अपने को. So you lose your valor when you are not right. When you have valor, when you are right, when you are dharmic, there's a face. You have a face. You are true. There's a confidence beaming on your face. There's a joy beaming on your face because you have done right actions. You have not thought something wrongly, so I have nothing to hide, I have nothing to pretend. I had lived the last 24 hours and 48 hours and last week and last month very nightly. I performed all my duties. I did austerity. I have not thought wrongly, so I have a face to face you. You cannot just crush me. Like Bali was there. You are non-dominatable, indomitable. When Maman Bhagwan was born and his mother called Aditi asked her to conquer Bali, he said, Bali is so dharmic, I cannot conquer him. He has done such right action, I cannot catch him on the wrong foot. Only thing I have to cheat him. When you have done right action, your thinking is okay, your schedule was okay, you got on time, you slept on time, you have good feelings you have for others, you have not done anything dharmic in yourself. You have a face. I have performed my right action. You go in the world with a right. You are not a beggar. You're not seeking attention. People will give you because you have done something right. Your whole day was a string of doing right things at the right moment. And because they had ahankar and they thought wrongly, therefore they lost the valor. About when Hanumanji goes to Ravan's palace. So, दही देखी न कपि मन शंका जिमी अहि गण महु गरुड़ asanka. Where everybody was scared of seeing Ravan's face. Brikuti below kahin. They were watching their eyebrows. So Ravan, in front of Ravan, Hanumanji was so fearless, like a big vulture is fearless in front of small snakes. Jimmy ahi gan mahu garuda sanka. I have nothing to hide, I am not doing anything wrong, I have not done anything wrong. ठीक है? It is, I have done thought rightly, completed my work and task, and therefore I am there. And therefore they were afraid. And then he asked, who are you? His name Agni Naam Aham. My name is also Jat Ved is there. Shlagayan. It is written here, Bhashyaka writes. Shlagayan. He praised himself slightly more. कहीं तो कुछ अपने को बताना चाहिए कि he may not understand it. I am like छोटा मोटा है कोई. हम भी काफी बड़े हैं. I have my own credentials. So he said, okay. So my time is over. Fourth we have seen. Tasmiggastvai kim viryam apidagam sarvam daheyam middam prativyamiti. I mean, when Ravan goes to Sita ji, he is shivering at that time. जाके डर सुर असुर डराही, दिन न रात न नींद दिन अन्न न खाही, सो दस्सी स्वान की नाही, इत उत चलई चढ़ा बढ़ियाई, इमी खगेश दिमि दई. I mean, when you do something wrong, रहे न तेज बुद्धि बल लेसा. अगर they were right, then why will they? Why to supposing Bhagwan comes? I can face Bhagwan. I can face. If police comes, sometimes police comes in your house, you're not scared. But if anybody is thief or somebody is a seasoned smuggler, seeing a simple constable is scared. Because he knows, oh my God, if you have black money, you'll be very afraid of income tax people or tax people if you have evaded taxes. But you have not, everything is clean and clear. What is there to fear? But he had a big introduction. So he asked, Yaksh asked, okay, bhai, Mr. Agni, Mr. Jat Ved, Ji Ved, what is your valor? What can you do? He said, I can burn everything. Sarvam dayam yadidam prathivyamiti. Whatever in the earth I can burn. Bhaskar writes he can burn even in the space also. And when pralaya comes, these five elements become very small. The whole earth starts burning. Sun starts falling down. So much heat is there that the whole ocean is dried up. So much heat is there. Forget about human being. Human being to phat se khatam ho jayenge because so easily our body is made so soft. It will just, little fire is required. All will evaporate. He said, I can burn everything. Sarvam daheyam yadidam pratibhyamiti. I said, bola bhai kya? Very conscious. A person, what he does, he is very conscious about it. Supposing you are a singer, you are very, very conscious that I am a very good singer. Because I have heard so much praises about myself, all cannot be wrong. सब गलत तो बोलेंगे नहीं. भाई you go to the party, 10 people say you are looking good. Wow. Then you go again. And from a distance people are watching you. Those who are not able to talk to you or they don't know you, they also see you. You notice them. So you go anywhere, well, you're looking dazzling. You are. When 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 100 times you hear this, your notion is formed, I am very good looking. I am not like everybody's look. I have a different looks. I am not ordinary singer. I am not a temple singer. I am a singer. I am a good singer. We have compliment every day. Any time I say, people do say it. They cannot be wrong. Everybody cannot be wrong. You form opinion based on what you hear. But you forget. I am not saying you are not singing well. The power of singing in you is the God's power. If at all. And people have seen only one aspect of you. Your power of singing is from somebody. You have many other bad things which people are not seeing. They don't know properly. They don't know you properly. If anybody is praising you too much, understand he doesn't know you properly. What? You are puncturing all my personality. He doesn't know you very well. He doesn't know your mind, your hatred that you harbor, your attachment, your backbiting, your bitterness, your infatuation, your passion, your lust, your anger, your ego, what you did in the past to somebody, he doesn't know you very well. He is seeing only one slightest personality. If he knows you inside and outside, he would have left you long back. Both of we polish ourselves and come out in the society. Very polished, very creamy layer comes. We have a creamy layer. How are you? Very few are there. I'm not saying like Bhagavan Ram, like Gurudev, like Shivanand Maharaj, like great saints are there who don't pretend to be good. All the layers in their mind are beautiful. If you see their mind, you'll be much more happier because they are much more beautiful inside than they appear outside. They are saints. Therefore, saints are the one, more you come close, more you see their beauty. You know, the familiarity breeds contempt, not true for saints. It won't breed contempt. This is for worldly person. I have lived with the saint, therefore I'm saying. When I was a distant with the saint, I had my imagination, why he's doing like that. But when I came closer, I feel, oh, this is right. This is the way he lives. This is how he thinks. This is his compassion. So we thrive on somebody's. I don't know that person. I'm going to the party for 1 hour, 23 hours, he doesn't know me. And all 365 days he's not there. We spend very less time with others, very less time. And we define ourselves with somebody. If at all we have any talent or we have any specification, or I belong to a rich family, or I am qualified in a certain area, we have various layers of our personality, which people know only when we live with me for a longer time. They see my responses in different situations, then they know me very well. The person who is praising, let him live 365 days, 24 hours, then he will know you very well. That in this situation, how you responded. In that situation, how you were angry. In that situation, how you did like that. Then all will evaporate. I hope you understand. Am I right? So he also, Agni said, I am Jat Veda. And the power to burn everything was given by Bhagavan only. I am talking not because it is his speech is mine. It is God's given speech. One day, this speech will not be able to talk. You are hearing, no? One day you will not be able to hear. One day you will not be able to see. If it was yours, you would have possessed it. If it is my watch, I can possess it. Somebody else's will walk, take it away, only give me back my watch. I have to go. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.